Hello everybody, Papa Blue Shirt here. If this is the first time that you've tuned into my channel, I thank you for stopping by to watch an old guy ride a bike. But today is an exciting day. I'm walking down to get my bike and I wish it'd be a nice sunshiny day and the wind would be nice and calm and everything, but you get what you get. But today's an exciting day because I go over 7,000 miles.
Man, this thing ain't gonna make it 5 miles.
7,000 miles on my Ecotric. Those of you who've watched me for a while, you know that back about 2 years ago, I was laying flat on my back, could hardly move, was in intense pain, and figured my life was over. And I thought it was all downhill from there. And then all of a sudden one day I discovered an e-bike. I first looked at an electric unicycle.
What?
And I figured, with my back problems and stuff, I might not want to try something like that. But then I come upon an e-bike and I said, hey, what's this e-bike thing all about? I was very surprised that they had been around for so long and I hadn't even heard about them. And I guess that's what happens when you get old. Things kind of pass you by. But anyways, today I crossed 7,000 miles. And at first I didn't know if I was going to be able to handle it. What's happened is my back has gotten stronger over these last few years, and had a few mishaps along the way. I crashed a few times, did a face plant once. One time I went over backwards, and all things that you learn. Once I got going, I got a little bit too excited and got a little bit too confident and got myself into some trouble, but I got right back up there and I kept right on. So, but today's an exciting day, 7,000 miles. And I would be remiss if I didn't do this here on my 7,000 mile video. So here we go. If you chose a different e-bike for your first e-bike,
You chose
poorly. From Indiana Jones. I was gonna charge out of that for some reason, because every time I see myself in this outfit, it makes me think of that. Anyways, let's take a look at the bike and see what it looks like. All right, take a look at my tire. You can see it's pretty bald. I changed it out at 2,600 miles, I think it was, and here we are. I went almost 5,000 on this one. But kind of the main reason I changed it out is because I put new gearing on there. I put a new sprocket on there so I'd get a higher end, and it really made a difference. As you can see, I don't take a whole lot of pride in keeping my bike clean. I just ride. I need to oil my chain again here real soon again. That's the biggest thing I don't like about a bike, is having to oil the chain. I don't like doing that, but so I tend to neglect it. Probably when I put my new tire on, I'll probably go ahead and order a new chain and just put that on there. But holding up here pretty good. Looks like my sprocket is starting to wear a little bit. Guess that's what happens when you don't oil enough. But yeah, that's what that looks like. But, and I did put a rack on here. I got a bag that goes on there also. And a seat, you know, I tried several different seats. I had one that was somewhat like this, and I put out like 1,000 miles on it and it broke. But then I tried the Cloud 9, and I didn't like the Cloud 9 because it's such a big surface area. It made my butt sweat. So I didn't like that. I got 2 extra batteries. This one here is the 13 amp, and I seem to get a lot more miles out of that. And you can see my front tire. I'm gonna have to be changing this probably within a couple thousand miles. But the front tire holds up a lot better. But alrighty. And so bike has held up, you know, very good. I haven't had no major problems. Believe it or not, I still have the original brakes. Still have the original brakes. That's because I never use them, but I do tend to try to time my stop so I don't have to use my brakes. And I put these handlebar mitts, which makes it really nice on these cool days. It's 64 today, so it's not really that bad today, but on some of those cold days, I was riding down in the teens, and boy, those were nice to have on my hands. But think of anything else here. I did put these little mud flaps on here. That helps. It doesn't keep everything off of you, but it helps. All right, well, let's get going on my ride here. As you can see my miles. You can add 6,700 onto this, and so that's why we'll be going over today. I'll show you how to reset your miles. For some reason, I was out one day and mine just reset on its own. And I think I know the reason why. I'll leave a link to that up above. But there's my trip odometer. And let's get going. Beautiful windy day today. Let's see how it goes. But it's a nice day to put 7,000 miles. Once I get out of my driveway. Once I get out of my driveway. Windy out here today. A few cars here and there, but so far not too bad. As I'm out riding, a little over 2,000 years ago, our Lord and Savior went to the cross on this day because this is Good Friday. And he was purchasing our salvation. So as I'm riding today, I'm be thinking about that. Thinking about the sacrifice that he made for us, how he made a way from a path, a chasm that we couldn't pass on our own, and how he made a way for us. And I thank him for that. I thank him for that. So I don't know when this video will be posted. It'll be long past this time. So I trust you had a very happy Easter spent with your family. Things that matter the most. The older I get, the more I know and see that most of the things we're concerned in with life, they don't even matter in the light of eternity. 100 years from now, we'll all be a memory. You can see some of these trees up here that were knocked down by the tornado. Big one over there. Big tree. But 100 years from now, we'll all be history. So make the best of your life for the things that matter the most. That's where my thoughts are today. Yeah, I don't go this way very much in the winter time because it's such a long way. And get cold, I want to be close enough so I can go home. But for this 7,000 mile thing, I decided might as well do it. Well, see if these dogs come out up here. A bunch of dogs up here. I'd be real quiet. A lot of times I can get through without them seeing me. Looks like a dead chicken right there. A dead chicken. Someone hid chicken. Yeah, that building there finally fell down. Finally fell. Something dead in the road up here too. Don't know what that was. Roadkill. wasn't a skunk. That's a good thing, but not good for whatever it was that got hit. But he was wishing that it was a skunk. If they could think like that. Like this here, this is so goofy. They stopped this road right here with the new blacktop. Go for about 100 feet. Then they started back up again. It's like they had it out for the people who live in this little spot down here. Yeah, even though I haven't been down this way in a long time, there's a German Shepherd right on the corner back there. When I first started riding this way, he'd get in my tires. He would even bite my tires as I try to go by. And so I stopped one day and tried to make a friend out of him. Then I started giving him treats. And so now he doesn't really bother me a whole lot. He just runs out and waits for me to give him a treat. You know, I would have got it on camera, but the turns are pretty sharp, and I'm still a little concerned he's going to bite my tires. So I'd rather not have an accident, but that's just funny. Yeah, it dawned on me that I have to reset my miles exactly at 300, otherwise I'll be off. So I'll see if I can do it when I get up here. When I get there, I got about 3 more miles, so we'll see if I remember right or if I end up being stranded out here. Oh, I like riding these back roads. Nice beautiful lawn there. One of these days maybe I'll have a nice lawn. It's so hard to know what to do. I never, ever would have thought I would put 7,000, not even 1,000, let alone 7,000. I mean, I went from not riding a bike in 20 or 30 years to going full bore here. And so far I haven't had any major problems. All these cars up here. See if I can slow down enough and stop here. These cars here are from the tornado. They're using this as like a staging area of some type. You can see there's some that don't look, too damaged, but then there's others that, man, there's others that are really, really bad. Look how bad that is. But I think this is like a staging area for the insurance company. They needed to haul them out of the area. And so they just needed an area so they could do their claims. At least that's my thoughts anyway. And you can see various X's on the side to signify that the car has been searched and there wasn't nobody in it. Something that they do during a natural disaster, so you don't have a bunch of emergency vehicles going to the same vehicle all the time. That lets them know that it's already been searched. But yeah, this is just a portion. I actually sold a big old box truck that I had, and I was right before the tornado, and the guy had taken it into a mechanic in town to get it worked on. And as luck would have it, it got hit by a tornado. And he said it went like 100 yards, and it was just totally demolished. And he didn't even have a chance to have insurance or anything on it yet, so that was out the window. But the reason I found out about it is he didn't even have it in his name yet. The state was sending us notices. He said he completely forgot about it after the tornado destroyed it, and that he would take care of it for us. So it was just too bad that that would happen, but that's what happens, I guess. Like I said, this is an area that I usually ride every day. When I switched to my morning ride, I usually ride this way. It's about 16 miles, and I ride it in the morning once I figure out the bus routes, so I don't be running into school buses all the time. But because it gets too hot in the afternoon, and so probably around June or July I'll switch and start riding in the morning. And there's where we're at. Get pretty close. I haven't figured right. I should be in my tunnel or on the railroad bridge when it turns over. But we'll see. Back before I grew my own plants, I used to buy plants. I used to buy it from the Amish. And have an Amish nursery in your area. They're going to be a lot cheaper than like at Lowe's or Bonnie Plants or any of those guys. Because man, I was checking the prices. They're like $5 a piece for one tomato. I remember getting them for $1.49 for 6. Yeah, things are just went crazy. This is why I started most of mine this year. I didn't get the timing just right, but we'll see how it turns out. Love these back roads. Some of these back roads I can ride all day and not even see a car. As long as you don't go when the people are going to and from work. Yeah, looks like I'm gonna get wet. Water going across. Always try to cover my mouth because these roads, they have horses on them, and I don't like having horse poop in my mouth. Well, there you go, 7,000 miles. 7,000 miles, yeah. And I realized that I'm going to have to try to reset this on the road because otherwise the miles are going to be off. So let's see if we can do this here. Okay, basically what you do is you hold up and down, and that will take it into the programming section. Okay, once you're in the programming section, you push the middle button, and that'll take you through each of the cycles, each of the items. And once you get to the one that shows your miles, it'll be here, right there. That's my miles right there. And just hold the top button. Okay, let's do this again. I think I waited too long. Okay, get the middle button. And then just hold the top button. Until it turns over. Then once you do that, you can hit the middle button again. It'll take you the rest of the way out. Then I hold the top and the bottom button, and that takes me out. Now, you can see my miles is 0, and my trip odometer is 0. So with just a few seconds, you can turn these bikes back to 0. So if you're buying an e-bike, just keep that in mind. They said it only has 400 miles on it. It may have 50,000 miles on it. Who knows? That's very easy to turn them over. So just keep that in mind when you're buying a bike. I used one anyway. So 7,000 miles. So whatever I got now, I can just add 7,000 onto it, and that'll be a little easier for me to keep track. for this old brain of mine to be able to add it. I'll be able to say 7,122 miles. All right, let's continue our ride here. I probably got probably 6 miles left and I'll be done. Up here, I should see some dogs, and it depends what mood they're in, if they come after me or not. I'll see if I can get it on video for you. Yeah, let's see if they come out today. There he is. Going through my tree tunnel. Always like it here in the summertime because it's always in the shade. You can see pretty much, unless the sun is directly over, pretty much blocks out everything. That's a nice little hill. Nice little hill. Nice little area. Look at all the flowers on here. Those dogs are pretty much used to me coming that way, even though I haven't been that way in a while. When I come up the other street, they really come out after me. But going this way, I think by the time they see me, I'm already going pretty fast and it's too hard for them to catch up. Spring is in the air, everyone's mowing their lawn. Oh, I stuck my arm out back there to signal a turn and there was a groove in the road. It scared me. Thought I was gonna wipe out. Yeah. There's this old barn out there. I've seen deer hiding inside that barn out there. They just walk in the door and they lay down inside there. They can look out and see what's going on. I bet you there's one in there right now. But here's those fields again. Green Bay Packer colors. Wish it was a brighter day today for my 7,000 mile thing, but hopefully it'll show up good now. 7,000 miles, I can hardly believe it. That's like going across the whole United States and going back. Not too shabby for an old man. Not too shabby. Oh, scared me. That stupid rabbit scared me there every time.
The rabbit climb a tree? No, I hate those.
Oh, that rabbit. It's right on a turn and people like to cut that corner. And I've kicked up that rabbit I don't know how many times. It scares me every time. It scared me this time even more because I was recording. And then there's this animal out in the field here. Right there, you can see it. It's a boot. I always think it's a groundhog or something. But it's a boot. Someone lost their boot. And like I said, today is Good Friday. So all the flowers and stuff are coming up with new life. And it makes me think about what my Savior did for me. One of these days, all this will not ever matter. Like I said, 100 years from now, where will you be? Where will you be 100 years from now? This dog's gonna hide in the woods until I get there, and then it's gonna come running out at me. The little white dog, it causes all the problems up here. There he is. I gotta stop and befriend him sometime, give him a bone. But I didn't have no bones today, so. And made it a lot worse. They got some other dogs and he thinks he's the head honcho now. He's got to show all those other dogs how to do it. If I stop, they'll just look at me and run in the woods alongside the road and wait for me to start moving again. Yeah, watch out for those dogs that have a loose screw like that. All right. Well, we made her back 7,000 miles.
You've done enough for today.
No, I didn't ride that today. I rode like 16, I think, today. But yeah, happy day. 7,000. I've been looking forward for this for a long time. It was hard to put miles on in the wintertime. I think I put like 1,500 miles in the wintertime, but it was so cold. Let's take a look at what I got here. There it is. 6.9 miles. And 6 miles there. So this is the actual odometer here, is 6 miles. So it's 7,006 miles. Alrighty, well, this is Papa Blue Shirt. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And may the good Lord take a liking to you.
May the good Lord take a liking to you. Hallelujah. May he spread his blessings on your trail. Hallelujah. May he be your guide anywhere you ride, and be always your host when you're needing him most. May the good Lord take a liking.